Most traders are looking at the wrong thing. They are only studying price history when they should be reading what the price is doing right now. That is called price action. And it's what separates profitable traders from broke ones. So let's say that we have, a price that moves up and down like this. All of what you can see right here is simply just market structure. But then you might wonder, what is the actual price action? Well, price action is how my hand is moving right now when I'm drawing. Am I drawing, for example, slowly like this, or am I drawing, violent like this? Think about market structure as the trace we look at in the past, and price action, how the price is moving right now. So as a simple example, let's say that we have a support level right here. So this right here is a support. If you don't know what a support level is basically a level where the price has bounced in the past. So maybe the price have looked something like this. You can see right here we have 1 and 2 clear touches on the support. This means that we have a support level, and it's very possible that because we have seen bounces in the past, the price might bounce here in the future. And to make this very clear, let me actually draw another support level, and let's say that the price action was the exact same. We had 2 bounces right here. But now then, when we talk about price action, we're talking about, how the price reacts to, for example, when we reach the support. So let's say that in one case, when we reached the support, we had a red candle like right here, but then we saw a sharp green candle right here. By the way, these candles together is what we call a candlestick pattern. And I will talk about candlestick patterns later on in this course. But in the first scenario, we saw price action like this. But let's say that in the second scenario, we maybe had the first red candle similar like the previous one. But maybe instead of a, sharp green candle, the next red candle might have looked something like this. So right here is exactly what we mean by price action. In this case, we had, an aggressive price action. We saw lots of bulls. Remember, when we talk about bullish, we're talking about, moves to the upside. We can see a sharp move towards the upside, and that actually indicates that this support might be holding. It might even be enough to, take a trade right here, because we saw, lots of buying pressure coming in at the support. But in the other scenario, while the market structure is exactly the same, we can see very different price action, because in this other scenario, we saw hesitation. So while in scenario 1, you might have enough information to actually take a trade and go long. Going long means that you're betting that the price will go up. But in the other scenario where we see hesitation, let me actually move my cam so you can see. In the other scenario where we see hesitation, this might not be enough information to take a trade. You might want to wait, or maybe this might be, enough information to confirm that the support is weak, and maybe you want to go short and bet that the price will go down. Another example could be something like this. As you can see, we clearly have 2 uptrends right here. So what we as traders are looking out for right now is, will we see a break of structure or not? You can see the price is right now testing, if we will print a break of structure or not in both of these scenarios. And let's say that in one case, when we reach this level, we see a massive green candle. Indicates that the bulls are in full control, and that they are really, it really looks like they are pushing above the level and confirming the break of structure. But in the other scenario, maybe the price here starts by pushing up, but during the candle, the bears take control, and maybe we see a candle that looks something like this. This, by the way, is what is known as a shooting star candle, and that is a bearish candlestick. So even though the market structure here are the same in both scenarios, scenario 1 here indicates that it's likely that the trend will continue to the upside, while scenario 2 here indicates that we very, well might see a reversal to the downside. And this is why price action is so important. But right, so now let's take a look at our first real example. Right now we are in TradingView. TradingView is the platform I use for all my technical analysis, even for all my sort of investing analysis as well. And by the way, guys, if you don't have TradingView yet, I do have a special link to TradingView. You can use that link to try out TradingView Premium for free for 30 days. And if you after the trial decide that you want to continue, you will get a $15 bonus toward your new plan. But now, let's take a look at this chart right here. The first thing I want you guys to notice is, are we in an uptrend or downtrend? Well, let's sort of mark this chart up. We can see that we have a push up right here, the price pulls back. We have another push up right here, the price pulls back. We have another push up right here. So you can see that we are printing, both. We have a low, we have a higher low, we have a high, we have a higher high. So here we are in an uptrend. I also want you to be able to identify the break of structures and potentially change of characters. If you take a look at this point right here, when the price broke above, is this a break of structure or change of character? Well, this right here is clearly a break of structure because the price pushed above the previous high. The next thing I want you guys to notice is, how was the price action when we broke above this high? Well, if you take a close look, you can see that this green candle right here was the candle that broke above the previous high. So when we talk about the price action of this candle, we can actually see that we saw some very strong movements. The bulls were aggressive and they even closed the candle. Remember the candle close, they even closed the candle far, far above the previous high. So this right here is price action that indicates that the trend will continue. And after this move, you can see that the trend indeed continue here. We printed a new high and we even continued a bit higher. But alright, so now I want to switch the attention a little bit. Alright, so this video was actually just a very short clip from our full technical analysis trading course right here on YouTube. To watch the full course, simply click or tap on the screen right here. I hope I'll see you all over there very, very soon.